WCW Nitro, the very special Tuesday edition, and what a night it was. A lot going on. Of course, Hollywood Hogan accepting the challenge made by Luger the week before. You know, we've said it so many times, Brain. Luger now one torture rack away from becoming the World Heavyweight Champ.
This doesn't set well with me. Something smells fishy in Denmark.
This is not Denmark, it's Orlando, Florida.
Oh, that's it. Anyway, Hogan to accept the match from Luger. Knowing Luger can put him in the rack, knowing Luger had just put him in the rack, knowing Luger put Macho Man in the rack, Rodman in the rack, that's what he's got in mind. Knowing Hogan has lost twice at the hands of Rowdy Piper. I mean, Hogan, he isn't on a great streak. He's got a lot of protection, a lot of people helping him. I tell you, I see Luger once again becoming world champion insurgent.
Should be great, and possibly the men you're watching right now, fans, Rick and Scott, the Steiner brothers, who will face Rick Fuller and Maxx in this tag team match, could become world tag team champs again.
But isn't that ironic that Hogan would accept a match like that, and then Hall and Nash would also accept the match from the Steiners? Don't that tell you there's something going on here? It's just too easy.
Well, two things here. Number one, they could and probably do have a plan. That's the NWO MO, so to speak. They're back in the corner now, and there's a break from Scott Steiner. Or, you know, a lot of times, Brain, here's another take on that. You get guys who are red hot, and they're great wrestlers, and you get guys building up their confidence. The bigger the ego, the easier it is to build up their confidence to make them feel, invincible.
Sure, no doubt about that.
And you know they're loaded with egos.
Oh, yeah.
So it's one or the other. I really think, like you, that it's a master plan by the NWO.
Because Hogan accepted too easily.
Well, maybe Hogan thinks he's got something to prove. I don't know. I mean, racked not once at Bash at the Beach, but let's go back now when we were in June in Boston at Nitro in a non-title match. Luger racked him. Hogan gave up. We
no
all
doubt
saw
about
that.
it. I've been having wars with Hogan since the late 70s. And I can tell you something, he's a tough guy, he is. But he's not a good man. He's not an honest person. I don't mind a guy being a little shady, but Hogan is just downright no good.
Big Max and Scott Steiner going out. It's Scott and Rick.
Oh!
Could be World Tag Team Champs after next Saturday when they will face the Outsiders. Let me also say this. The Outsiders have made it known that they are not only the Outsiders, they are members of the Wolfpack, along with 6, and that means 3 men will be coming to the ring against the Steiners, and 6 will get involved.
And don't forget, there's also Norton. There's also Bagwell.
Yes, there is.
I mean, you got the 2 gentlemen from Japan.
Shono and Muda. You've got Conan or K-Dog now.
So this could be a very interesting evening.
You got Vincent there. You got the Macho Man Randy Savage, who has his hands full with the Giant, I know, but he'll get involved if need be. But once again, it gets down to a very explosive situation between the NWO and WCW that you will be able to see live, fans, if you join us next Saturday when we come to you from the Black Hills of South Dakota in Road Wild.
And don't forget this, Tony. There'll probably be about 200,000, 300,000 bikers there with motorcycles and chrome and pipes. And it'll be like 100-degree weather outdoors. So it's going to be a great, great, spectacular extravaganza, no doubt about that.
Boy, I can't wait. And look at this. Rick Steiner content with taking his big man Fuller off the mat and trying to drive him down. And here comes Scott. It gets down all the time, Brain. We've talked about it so much. To teamwork, double teaming. Who can do it? Steiner's 2 of the best. Look at Scott. Scott, mammoth arms in the belly, taking this big man, Rick Fuller, over to the mat.
Now notice this. That's the team of Maxx and Rick Fuller. Look at the strength of Scott Steiner. His Fuller's got to be well over 320 pounds.
Steiner, double team, Bulldog, covered by Scott. It's over.
And notice Rick went over to make sure the other man, Maxx, wasn't coming in the ring. That's tag team wrestling. We're looking at maybe the next champions.
Well, they should be champions right now. If you go back really to January, when they were stripped of the belts by Eric Bischoff, who then was in power. But nonetheless, Rick and Scott, the wins continue for them. Their biggest win is yet to come. It is next Saturday if they can defeat the Outsiders for the World Tag Team Championship.
Somehow I got a funny feeling we're not going to see much of the NWO after Road Wild. Your winner, off the top rope, with help of his brother, the Steiner brothers.
Rick and Scott, the Steiners, get another win here on Worldwide Wrestling. Still to come, much more.